It's another nice early morning right here. Got my coffee, and I just actually had run some errands and got back to the house and hitched up the boat. I got a little, dare I say, a secret weapon lined up for today. And I'll show you guys when we get on the boat what that item is. This weekend has 2 trips going on. The first one being a send to one of my favorite multi-species spots ever. And really what I'm looking to check off there, yellow perch, rock bass. I could find brown trout there as well. That would be a great third. Bullhead I've caught there. I've never caught a white perch there. I don't know if they're in there. It would be great if they were. That would be yet another one. So let's talk about what's going on with the Open right now. As of last night, when I went and judged all of the entries, we have essentially a 4-point spread on the board. In first place with 11 points, we have Tim Behan. Tim has been just getting it. He's just been getting it. I wouldn't be surprised if he's out right now, to be perfectly honest. In second place at 9 points, we've got John Hagens. Now, John Hagens and I had talked, I think we spoke on Friday, or maybe it was Thursday night. And he said for him, the challenge is his work week is through the weekend. So it's going to be tough. He's going to try to make it out at one point. So it's possible that he might be done for the week, and 9 fish is great. You know, in a 7-day window, it's fantastic, especially he came in hot, you know, with a lot right off the rip. And then I'm there with 7 points after yesterday's trip with Becca. Now, yesterday's trip was unfreaking believable. I managed to put 2 points on the board, which I needed desperately. There was a couple of other species that I was hoping to come across in that body of water that I did not find. One of those species was that white perch. The other one being brown trout. I did not come across those at all, but it was an epic day of fishing, and I upgraded pretty much almost everything I already had in there with the exception of chain pickerel. I should mention also that today this video might look a little bit different because I'm going to try using loop mode on my GoPro. I'm going to try to streamline the overall video here and just kind of keep the highlights in there. So fingers crossed that loop mode works. So I'm going to try and save a little bit of space and try this in loop mode, and we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to it, guys. We'll see you guys on the water. You could get used to this with your dad, huh? Going on a boat? Going to catch some fish? there's a fish. There's a perch that we need. Oh, yes, dude. Yes. Right there, baby. Right frickin' there. Let's go. Now, I haven't put my identifier on. That's been a theme this entire week. So I'm going to put my identifier on right now. I have him in the live well. I'm going to leave him there, and I'll measure him in a little bit. But I found fish. I want to keep at it. We caught that guy on this same bladed jig that I was throwing yesterday, and we're gonna hang out right over here and see if we can't get hooked up with another and determine, like, yes, is this a pattern? I have a strong feeling it is. Let's go ahead and do it. That's grass. That's what that is. I'm hitting those weeds. This is super shallow, dude. Super duper shallow. What do we got here? Oh, dude, the fucking Rocky. My God, buddy. Are you kidding me, dude? Right out the gate. I don't even know if this guy's gonna make the cut. Would you look at that? Bro. I think he might. I'm just gonna measure these fish and then see what we got. Look at this. That's a fucking butte right there. Nice. Let's go. What a weird day. I mean, genuinely, what a weird day. We have conditions like I would just absolutely love. We got wind. We've got clouds. Look at the clouds in the sky. Beautiful. I'm ripping around a bladed jig on my one of my BFS combos, and I got two fish in the live well right now, and they are two of the species that I am currently looking for. It is an amazing day. I do think that it might mean that it's time to break out the secret weapon for a couple of those other off kind of species, and we might have to change the way that we're fishing a little bit, but we'll see. I'll show you what I got. Just a little bit of a different presentation without that vibration. Is it gonna get bit? Yeah, gotta follow. All right. There we go. Two of them right there, buddy. Oh, this guy fucking choked this fucking jig. Choked it, buddy. Choked it. Oh, come on, bud. Come on, buddy. You did. You choked it fucking rough. Got another toad, another giant yellow perch. Here we go, buddy. This is game on. This is game freaking on. I think is a it's a Rocky? No, it's a perch. No, it's a Rocky. Another Rocky. Now see, this is sort of what I was expecting to be finding for rock bass. This guy is super tiny and would not make the minimum. Would you chill, buddy? Wouldn't make the minimum, but nice fish nonetheless. Not bad. Not bad at all. So yeah, that ties me up for a while. That was right on it. What the fuck? Is this another Rocky? It is another Rocky. It's another short Rocky. I do enjoy catching these because they are fun. They are really, really, really fun. Got another. You know, I ain't mad at that at all, man. Peace out, homie. It's gorgeous out here, dude. It is beautiful. I love coming here to fish. There we go. We're on again. Oh, came off again. It's another Rocky. No, it's another big perch. This guy got funky with it. He got real funky with that. Hang on, buddy. You see what you did? Do you see what you did? You see, you fucked around. Fucked around, and you found out. It's another one, baby. Damn, these are beautiful. Massachusetts native fish. Like one of the few, and look at the colors. Absolutely gorgeous, man. And this is a pattern that works for me. I throw this pattern all over the place, and I feel good about it. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for playing, homie. So we've had two different species in the boat, rock bass and yellow perch, and I've needed both of them. I think it might be time to start fooling around a little bit and change our style of fishing here quite a bit. We're gonna slow down. I might still throw this just for fun, just for funsies, but I think we're gonna change things up just a little bit and see if we can't get on some other species, some maybe some bullhead. Fingers crossed. Can we get 3 points today? Don't know. First off, say hi to Eleanor. Eleanor is just chilling. She's taking her mid-morning nap. She usually does this. She's a dog. Comes with the territory. But let's take a peek at what I have in the cooler as a secret weapon. Got those old imported Canadian crawlers right there, huh? What we're looking for are some brown bullhead in here. I know that they're in here. I've had them bite off of I've had them bite Ned rigs before, but you know, I can't rely on that. So I know so many things will eat these. We're gonna send it. I'm gonna set up a rig and make it happen. But we found some fish. I'm gonna fish for a little bit more. See if I can't get some footage. I mean, God, I gotta make a video for you guys. Let's go. Real. What does this mean for the tournament? Well, with those two fish, it means I'm tied for second place. So there's two things that I can do. I can either keep fishing to build up my overall inches. I mean, really, I even have tomorrow. If I could get into something I need tomorrow, a white perch, a pike. This is amazing. a crisp Diet Coke. We'll put this guy right down here, right in the corner. Crack this bad Larry open. There is nothing better than a can of Diet Coke that's been sitting on ice in the cooler. There is nothing better. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. Haven't used night crawlers to fish in a hot minute. It's been a while. I'll be honest with you, this is exactly how I started fishing. Right here is using these little juicy bastards right here. And I got a little shorty, and I'm throwing them on a drop shot because I want to keep them off of the bottom. And we'll see kind of how it plays out. You guys might be looking at me, looking at this, thinking like, that's a weird drop shot. What kind of drop shot weight is that at the end? So this is sort of a technique I like to call hedging your bets. And the reason why I do this is because with the multi-species scavenger hunt, knowing exactly how these fish work, you know, and exactly how often they will bite the weight on my drop shot, I think it's just a little bit better of an idea to make that a Ned. This way I can do double duty. I can fish this as effectively as I want. I use an EWG Ned to keep it from getting stuck, you know. What's a drag? Oh, that drag's fine. But if something's gonna bite my weight, at least this way I can cash in. So yeah, we're gonna take it a little bit easy right here. We're not gonna get too crazy. We're just gonna throw some worms and see what we can come up with. That's probably too much nightcrawler, but we'll see what happens, you know. What I'm looking for here are bullhead. I know that they're in here. I don't think there's any channel catfish in here. And we're already on with it. Well, we're already getting bites. Although, actually, now that I think about it, we could be dealing with yellow perch here. Yeah, look at that. Already taking bites off of it. Okay. All right, so maybe a smaller piece is the move. I haven't fished with night crawlers in forever. This worm is just beaten significantly right here. These old Canadian crawlers, man, they get the job done. They really do. That was a shitty cast. But I got a dozen, and I'm prepared to use them all. Oh, we got another one? Yeah, we do. We got another one. He came off. He came off. He didn't take any of my my crawler though. The reason why I'm throwing over this one spot primarily is because there's some pads coming up there. I think it might have cleaned me out. It did clean me out. Ooh. All right. on again. Something better. Something better. What do we got? Look at that. It's another beautiful crappie right there. I love it when they're nice and dark like this. Oh, they're fucking gorgeous. Look at that. Next cast with a bladed jig. Nice fish. Peace out, homeboy. This your place?
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Thank you.
I fish here often. I go by. I'm like, that is a beautiful property.
Thank you very much. How are the fish?
This place is great.
Good?
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Good. Looking forward to it.
And they dredge this. Like so. Like all this stuff is very brown and shitty for the most part. There's another Rocky. This is a bigger Rocky. This guy might go in the live well. This guy's not much bigger. Bigger than the last couple, but yeah. Another Rocky. I'm not complaining. There we go. It's a better fish. Is this something of size? It's an upgraded chain pickerel right there. How's that for an upgrade? This guy clocks in at over 20. So overall inches, that's gonna help out as well. Let's do it, let's do it. So this guy right here, our rock bass, this is a point that we needed today. Stoked to have him. We'll go ahead and we'll release him. It's a beautiful backdrop right there for a little rock bass. Often underappreciated. We'll see you, buddy. Peace. And here we are with our yellow perch for the day. A 12.5-inch yellow perch. It's an 1.5 inches short of making a state pin, but this is a beautiful fish right here. Let's go ahead and release. I'll send you back, buddy. Thanks for playing. I appreciate the point. Yeah. I'm gonna upload a bunch of fish. I'm gonna do that right now, and then we're gonna keep fishing, and we're gonna see if we can't get that bullhead, we can't get that brown trout. Let's go. Let's go. We 100% killed it today. Look, I'm not going to complain. Today was great. I tied it up in second place. I upgraded significantly with a much larger chain pickerel, and that makes things pretty close in that second place spot. Currently, I've got 9 points, and I'm tied up with John Hagens, and I'm 2 points away from potentially tying it up with Tim Behan. Now, Tim, if he goes out and he's fishing today or tomorrow, it's quite possible he could just run away with this. Who knows? But again, you know, I had an advantage coming in today because there were more species that I needed to check off, so I had more availability out there. Today played out almost perfectly. Almost perfectly. Had some issues with my trolling motor. I had a battery. I forgot to charge my battery last night. And I came out and it was a little under half, maybe more like a third. charged, and it was windy as hell. And every time I laid into one of those fish. Every time I caught a fish, I would spot lock to hang on to that spot and not drift into anything crazy while I was handling the fish. And I ended up running out of juice. Now, I do have a second battery on the boat. Unfortunately, either when I charged that one last, either it drained somehow, or it's just underpowered. Maybe I forgot to charge it. I could have swore I charged it in like January when I took that trip to Jersey, but maybe I didn't. So I'm gonna head back now. We just got off the water. I'm gonna head back and I'm gonna charge that battery that I swapped, so I know it's charged. And then after that's done in a few hours, I'm gonna go and swap them back to the original battery, charge that puppy up fully. Tomorrow, I am hitting the water with one of our listeners, Kevin Mahoney, Biohazard Bassin, and we're gonna go and do some pike fishing. That's the goal. He is in the monthly scavenger hunt. He needs some pike as well. So we're gonna go ahead and get him and see what we can come up with. But I'm looking forward to it. Tomorrow's gonna be absolutely insane. Fingers crossed that the loop mode worked. It seemed to be going great. Did I fuck up? I don't know. We'll see you guys. Well, okay, guys. Sunday morning. This is the last day. This has been a wild ride, and I'm on my way to make the drive back up the Shears to meet up with Kevin, Biohazard Bassin, and we're set to launch at 7 a.m. and I've got plenty of time to get there and plenty of time to get staged, so we should be good to go. Before whatever happens on the water today, as far as how the tournament goes, this has been an amazing experience. This has been the most fun I think that I've had doing one of these tournaments. And I do definitely think that the condensed amount of time made it more intense and in some ways a little bit more manageable as well, because it was only a week I had to kind of toy with. I'm really excited about the championship. As it stands right now, I'm going to enter the 2026 championship, just because I think that 48 hours could be wild. But we're going to hit the road. Pike is the primary focus today. We did have a little bit of a front come through overnight. I don't know if it's going to be enough to really make those fish a little bit tricky or skittish about chasing baits or anything like that. We'll see what happens, but let's see how we do. Well, I don't know if you were able to figure it out or not, but there's no audio for Sunday while we're on the water, unfortunately. Here's the deal, guys. Your boy Bobby Roast Beef completely forgot to grab the microphones. When I brought my backpack in and I edited the videos from earlier in the week, I left it on the dining room table and took off first thing in the morning, excited to fish. So unfortunately, there's no actual documentation of any of the audio that was there. And when I realized I didn't have the mics, I just recorded some B-roll like this. And of course, I had my camera set up to utilize the mics, which meant that there is absolutely zero, not even the terrible GoPro audio that you would normally get on, one of these trips. So I do apologize for that, but the good news is I'm able to do a voiceover and walk through exactly what happened. I got to tell you, the drive out was absolutely amazing. This is my first real early morning send of the year. And it was something so nice about driving through these little main streets in the Berkshires on my way to this lake and really just taking it all in and enjoying everything about the experience getting there. I got to the lake nice and early. I staged the boat, and that's when Kevin arrived. Kevin's a really great guy. Go check out Biohazard Bassin on Instagram. He likes to compete quite a bit in our multi-species scavenger hunt series, which is awesome. We encourage everybody to go out and do that. And we had a great day. We went out with the cold front that had come in overnight. Conditions this day were absolutely ridiculous. There's no other real way to put it. While we were out there, the temps were probably 10 degrees lower than forecasted with the wind that we were expecting. But what we weren't expecting was to get the rain showers coming through as often as they did. So as it would end up turning out, I was in my bibs and my Crocs, just trying to stay warm out there on the water and not bitch out and call the trip too early. The good news for this trip is that I did manage to catch the pike I was looking for. I was throwing around a white bladed jig, a Picasso shock blade, with a white Crush City freeloader on the back, and I was just covering water with the clouds and the wind. I genuinely felt like this was probably the way it was all going to pan out. And I did manage to hook in the first spot that we had gone to. I was hoping to find a pike there, and I did. It wasn't a giant, but it was a point, and that's ultimately what matters. So I answered that fish in, felt pretty good about it, felt very accomplished for the day. And at this point, I did steal the second place spot in the open, which is fantastic. And, spirits were very high on the boat. After that, though, the fishing took a very, very, very tough turn. There was one instance where, and I think this might be the video here, where I did hook a smallmouth that hit the surface and shook off. I then later would hook another smallie, a much smaller one, that shook off as well. I did put a rock bass in the boat, which was cute, I suppose, and it was a short rock bass. Did not meet the minimum to do anything for upgrades or anything like that. So, is what it is. Kevin did manage to get on a rock bass as well on a Ned rig. Thank you, buddy. Mission accomplished. Fucking A. This feels good. Today has been nothing but a goddamn grind all day. First off, I am bundled up in my bibs. It's that cold right now. I put one fish that I needed in the boat for the tournament, so I'm in second place. That's a win. And I got the Creed playing on the speaker, and it hasn't worked. I think the magic's worn off. Scott Stapp, you've let me down. Well, we ended up calling it a day a little bit early. We were supposed to stay out until about 1 o'clock. We ended up calling it at about noon. It was just a rough one, but I definitely left that day feeling very, very accomplished and cannot complain. So you guys are probably wondering why there was minimal amount of footage from this day out there. And why I'm here driving back home, celebrating with a little nitro cold brew, because I need a little bit of caffeine, a little pick-me-up. Grabbing some lunch, a little sandwich from a local deli. And, you might be wondering, how come you didn't see much action on the water? Why? I'm going to tell you, there was minimal action on the water today. Man, Kevin came all the way up to meet me up the Shears. And, I was nervous when I left the house how the conditions were going to play out. And it was a grind. When I pulled into the parking lot for the launch, I counted 7 other trucks with trailers. So there were some folks that were on the water, and about 4 of those were still there when I pulled the boat out of the water. And, so they were out there grinding too. Every single person we talked to said the same deal. They're just like, man, it's like they just got lockjaw. They just want nothing, One dude said he caught like 3 or 4 rats, and that was it. I managed to catch what I was going there for, which was a pike. And it was not an impressive pike, not a pike I was hoping to be able to be really proud of or anything like that. But I did catch a pike. I caught a pike. I checked that box. It gives me 10 points, 10 species in 7 days. I think I caught 1 rock bass. And I had a handful of bites here and there. I did try to change the presentation and think that, maybe we could get on them. Then nothing happened at all. Poor Kevin managed to finally get a rock bass into the boat, which, thank God he got. Nothing makes me feel like worse of a host to a body of water that I have talked up so much than when the person I've got out there doesn't manage to catch a squat. At least he got on something. And, it would have been rough if it was a skunk. But, so it looks, as of right now, it is Sunday afternoon. It's just about 12:30 in the afternoon. It looks about now like I have clinched the 2nd place spot for the tournament. If Tim Behan goes out and catches a bunch more fish, it doesn't affect me at all. He is in 1st place. It looks like he's slated to win. Shit, he could not fish and still and still win, because I'm out. And I spoke with John Hagens earlier today, or later last night, I should say, and he had mentioned to me that his work schedule is crazy, and this is the worst time for him, is like through the weekend, to be able to get out there. But he said that they had some pretty crazy weather come through. John is in the Ohio area, and I know that there were like tornadoes, and it was pretty intense. So he said that whatever had gone through has probably shut them off pretty good. So I think his words were, I could potentially walk away with this. Man, today was a bear. And it was cold. It is 10 degrees cooler than it was projected to be in the forecast, which, hey, man, that's fucking weather, and it's weather in New England. I will say, I did not have wearing my bibs while I was wearing shorts and Crocs on my 2025 bingo card, but here we are. It got really, really cold. That wind was just cutting. And your boy is trying to shed some pounds, and with that goes the insulation. So I'm glad I had my bibs. Wearing them with my Crocs was quite the stylish move, but it was definitely better than the alternative. Fished 5 days this week. I don't do that often. I usually average 3 to 4. That 5th day today was something, and I'm babbling. I feel really good about the tournament. I think it went really, really fantastic. The fact that the scores are 1st, 2nd, 3rd look like this. 3rd place, we've got 9 points with John Hagens, tentatively. That could change. 2nd in place, you have me with 10 points. And then in 1st place, you got Tim Behan at 11. If that doesn't scream, holy shit, these guys were like right at each other's throats the entire time, I don't know what to tell you. This was a wild wild experience fishing and just killing it. Like, it was absolutely amazing. I'm looking forward to the next scavenger hunt tournament. I'm going to be jumping in for the June one for the monthly. I'm going to take that one much more easier and simple and just fucking enjoy it. But if you haven't done one of these, do yourself a favor and go to jigsandbigs.com. Registration is open for all of the upcoming events, and you can go ahead and get yourself registered and ready to go and you know, be a part of it, you know, and try it out. If you're not real big on tournament fishing, period, not big on the competitive aspect of fishing, I totally understand that. This is a great way for you to kind of dabble without there being too big of a, you know, barrier of entry or too much risk going on. It just makes your fishing a little bit more interesting. Gets you out of your wheelhouse. And to the folks that always, it happens every single month, like somebody will reach out and say, I'd love to do your tournaments, they sound cool, but I have to drive, you know, 2 or 3 hours to go get like those species of trout. Okay, you have a month to do it. Like, that's what this is intended for. It's not an easy tournament where, you know, you can go to whatever body of water that you want and there's, you know, plenty of those species. This is meant for those people who want to extend their range of where they're fishing, or maybe dabble in a different technique to try to track down these fish. And it seems like every single month there's a little nugget that's found for somebody where they're adapting the way that they fish a little bit and changing it up to try to get, you know, that next step, try to catch that next species, put that next point on the board here. I highly recommend you guys give it a shot. I mean, the anglers that do well in here, it's a diverse group. It's a very diverse group. And it's an amazing little weird fishing community. So join in, be a part of it. It is so cool. It is so cool. I'm gonna wrap this sucker up, and we will see you guys next time. Have yourselves a beautiful rest of your day. And if I haven't said so before, I appreciate you and thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, watching this video content, and also checking out the podcast. I appreciate each and every one of you way more than you realize. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.